So, hello, everyone, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the messages for you tonight. This is our full moon in Capricorn Eclipse Face Your Fears secret codename event. For those of you who got one of these readings and know your secret code names, the order is the order of the code names is Waterfall Rainbows, Wings of Light, Pelican Spirit, Rockabye, Red Robin, Desert Flower, Ace in the Hole, Abandoned Beach, Penguins, Moonlit Waters, Galileo, and Adventure Island. Alright, so those are the code names, and that is the order in which they code name for yourself. But you resonate to one of the code names, then there is most likely a message in there for you. All right, so with the Face Your Fears event, this is to help you understand what it truly is that you're afraid of, so that as you are identifying it, you can overcome it. Right? You can choose of your own conscious mind and your own free will to overcome it. Hey! hello. So, without further ado, I am going to be using, for those of you who are new to my channel, I'm telling you right now, I've got no filter and I don't sugarcoat things, so you're be fair warned if you got kids around and stuff. I am going to be using my Fairy Tale Lenormand deck to identify the fear. Alright, I'm going to be using my Fairy Tale Lenormand deck to identify the fear, and then I'm going to be using my Wisdom of the Oracle cards and clarity with my Naked Heart Tarot. Okay, to kind of give you an idea what insights that looks like. Okay, what the actual unfoldment of facing the fear and overcoming it looks like. All right, so the first secret code name is Waterfall Rainbows, and we are going to start that at the 2-minute and 22-second mark. Waterfall Rainbows. All right. Codename Waterfall Rainbows. So if that is you, or you resonated to that code name, here we go. Spirit, please identify the fear. What is the fear? What are we afraid of? For codename Waterfall Rainbows. Codename Waterfall Rainbows. All right. Card number 1 is the Rider. The actual fear is a fear of success, victory, good news, or dreams being realized. Okay, the Rider is the card it's almost like the universe's magic carpet. It's like the universe's magic carpet. Wherever you want to go, it'll take you there. So the fear is the awareness of that vibration, that you can actually achieve it and maintain it and keep it as long as you want, because it's your dream, right? The actual fear is, what would success look like? What would it feel like to have it and keep it? The fear of failure, right? If we're talking about facing fears, the fear of success and the fear of failure are kind of hand in hand, because no one ever wants to fail. We always want to succeed, but we're afraid if we succeed that we'll lose it, and that's a fail, right? We're afraid that if we succeed, we're really going to fail, so we kind of sabotage ourselves. But with that being a part of this, this is allowing yourself to be like, you know what? It might not necessarily be the easiest path. It might not be something I would advise for anybody else to go through, but it's perfect for me. You know what I mean? But it's perfect for me. Like, the Rider takes you wherever it is that you need to go, wherever you need to be. So don't be afraid to even up and go and move and change direction for yourself. Whatever that is, don't be afraid to change direction for yourself. With that said, let's get my Wisdom of the Oracle. Let's see. What card above all other cards? Spirit. for Waterfall Rainbows. What card above all other cards for Waterfall Rainbows? Alright, deep knowing. Card number 43, which is cool that we have 143 because 143 is I love you. If you think about the letters, right? I is 1 letter, love is 4 letters, and you is 3 letters. So whenever you see 143, it's I love you. Spirit's letting you know. You have a deep knowing of where you're meant to be and where you're meant to go and what you're meant to be doing and what your wish fulfillment is. You already know all of these things. What you don't know is how Spirit is doing all of this. What you don't know is how Spirit's doing all of this. You have a deep knowing of what is meant to be in your life. You just don't know the actual steps to unlocking it. You just don't know the end steps to unlocking it. I would definitely get in touch with your moon energy and your Mars energy in your chart. I just did the July readings. I would definitely check your Mars placement. I would watch that. Mars is, that's the driver. Okay, that's the driver right now. And this is about undoing a lot of past stuff, just this moon event in general, so that you have a deep knowing that you're supposed to accomplish certain things. Even if you don't know what those things are, you just maybe feel they're big or feel they're connected to whatever. You know what I mean? You just have this knowing that there's more, right? There's more. There's just more. Spirit, give me some insight, please. What does the actual events unfolding facing this fear look like? It's not a bad thing to be afraid of. If what you fear appears and you're afraid of success, well, then I guess you're doomed to succeed. You're doomed to succeed. So, Spirit, please. What does it look like? What does it look like? For Waterfall Rainbows. All right, we've got the Queen of Wands, which makes complete sense if you're manifesting from your spiritual heart space, your soul fire. 6 of Cups, past life, soulmate connection, deep connection with the 6 of Swords, which is like High Priestess, Piscean kind of energy. It's this intuitive energy. And I think you know where you've maybe sabotaged yourself in the past. In your sacred connections, I think you understand what mindset you had to move on from. I think you know that whatever it was before that was in your mind wasn't serving you. And so now you're trusting more. I think the Queen of Hearts, right? The Heart of Wands. The Queen of, did I say Queen of Hearts? The Heart of Wands, right? The Queen of Wands. I think that, especially with the Fox energy, it's almost like a sneaky loyalty to self in the background. It's almost like you don't realize how much you actually love yourself, if that makes sense. Like with Spirit, like you don't actually realize how much you love you, that you would be setting yourself up to succeed without like really knowing it. It's like achieving a dream without focusing on it. Like hitting the lottery without playing it. You know what I mean? It's like you weren't even thinking about it or putting your intention there. It's just one of those things, like you had this almost like a sacred soul wish, that deep knowing energy, you know, that wish fulfillment, right? 9 of Hearts with the Rider. I think you intuitively know you were always meant to succeed. You just have no idea how, which is why there might be doubt there. But this is a confirmation, you could say, from Spirit, letting you know that what's yours will always be yours. Like whatever it is that you want, wish fulfilled wise, like you can't miss it so long as you're following your subconscious thoughts. You're keeping track of your subconscious thoughts. You're staying positive. You're not allowing yourself to sink into that doubt because of your deep inner knowing. Synchronicities, definitely horses and unicorns with the Rider and the Six of Cups here. You might also be getting owl, fox, turtle, and wolf synchronicities. If you're getting things like castles or even syncs with Disney and stuff like that, those could be confirmations from spirit in the, you know, in the outer experience, reminding you, hey, that message Grace gave you, you know, like for the event that you got, you have a deep inner knowing. Trust it's all working out, even if you don't know how. You're just following your own inner star, right? You're following your own inner light and you're figuring it out, step by step as it kind of goes. But I don't think that you can actually miss the victory in the end. It's just a matter of when you choose to receive it. When you choose to receive it is when you fully choose to receive yourself. You know, when you choose to allow yourself, your true self, to trust and be a part of the world, and whatever it is you bring to it, everything else will work itself out. It's like setting our souls up for spiritual rewards, right? We want to accomplish a certain task, and when we come into this life set to accomplish a certain task and it's achieved, we set up the reward. We do that too, like the congrats at the end, you know, like you did it. So I think that's what you're lining up for with this energy, with the triple eclipses that we had, this being the final one. I feel like over the next 3 to 6 months to a year, right? Solstice to solstice, I think the next 3 to 6 months to even a year, you're going to see just how much your life can change. Emotionally speaking, because if you think of the code name Waterfall Rainbow, Waterfall, you guys almost got my Jersey straight up New Jersey accent. The Waterfall Rainbow, it's this bending of the light in such a way, and it's emotional with the element of the water. You know, it's emotional, spiritual cleansing and upgrading. You're gonna feel light in the heart space, a rainbow of light in the heart space. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of what emotional healing and bliss state feels like to experience, knowing it's not something fleeting that you have for a time, but that it's your reward for your soul's accomplishments and its growth for this life. And you it's not like they take the trophy back, like it's yours, you know, your reward is your reward. So look really forward to that kind of energy. All right, look forward to that. Moving on. The next code name at the 13-minute mark. All right, Wings of Light. Wings of Light. Let me get my fairy tale Lenormand. Spirit, please. What is the fear? What is the fear? For secret code name Wings of Light. What is the fear? Let's identify the fear. What is the fear? Secret code name, Wings of Light. What is that? For secret code name, Wings of Light, and those who would resonate to that code name. What's the fear? I had a feeling. We got the Tower. This is a fear of corporations, restrictions, bureaucracy, and red tape. This is a fear of rules. This is a fear of, like, the top 1% even, okay? The things that are in control of you by default because you need things done. It's a fear of being bound to it. a fear that you might not be able to detach yourself or separate yourself from the binds of the 3D world, okay? Like, for example, not necessarily, but for example, if you wanted to live off grid, if you wanted to live off grid and you didn't want to pay taxes and you didn't want to deal with the government, you just wanted to disappear off grid, like, you don't know how you could do that. Like, there's too much red tape, there's too many needs, there's too many modern day whatever. There would have to be some kind of income, there would have to be some kind of whatever. You know, it's like all of these things, it's like, it's almost like feeling like there's 3D blocks that make what you want impossible, right? A fear that there's 3D blocks that make what you want impossible. Feeling like you're capped. Feeling like you're limited and you're capped by your environment. It's the Tower. And it's the Six of Spades, which is also like the Six of Swords. And it's having to mentally move forward above and beyond. This is getting into like Aquarian thinking, like higher perspective thinking, needing to, right, to get out of this energy. And really seeing how you can use what you're afraid of to your benefit, right? To your benefit, that you could use it to your advantage and achieve what it is you want to set out to achieve, even if it's a way that you're not necessarily thinking of right now, like a maverick kind of thought, a maverick idea, an out-of-the-box idea might help you get out of that. Yeah, divine confirmation. I was like, is there anything else? Spirit's like, nope, that's it. All right. Give me some more insight, please, Spirit, for Wings of Light, secret code name Wings of Light. Tell me more about the fear. Yeah. Okay, listen. You don't have to work your fucking ass off. You don't have to work your ass off to make money, let alone enough money. You don't have to buy into the system that says you have to work X amount of hours if you want to be able to afford insurance and you want to be able to pay for your car and you want to be able to do this and do that. You can earn money a new way. You can do it a different way. You can create whatever you want, however you want. If you want to work one day out of the month, if you want to work every day for an hour, like whatever it is that you want, you can accomplish it. Like, you don't have to do it the way everybody else is doing it. All right, you don't actually have to do it the way everybody else is doing it or telling you to do it. Well, if you want this, well, then you really should do that, you know, and if you want to blah, 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 like, this is the way to do it. And it's like, who says there's any way to do it? Who says there's any way that it has to be done? Why can't it just be done your way? Like, if you don't feel like you're meant to be working 5 days of a freaking week, you don't want to, why should you? Who says you have to? Who says there's not another way? You know what I mean? Like, don't let those thoughts get into your head that there's not a better way to better suit you, to better alleviate the amount of stress you put on yourself. There's ways to achieve what you want to achieve. There's no set way. Yeah, Seven of Wands. You've got to defend yourself. When people start to talk shit, like, oh, you're going on your own, right? We got the Seven of Wands and the Hermit card. Like, oh, you're going on your own. Like, that's stupid. That seems like a really slow way to become abundant and stable. Like, don't you think you're going backwards? And that owl is holding the key of your integral truth. Like, listen, I'm protecting myself. I'm defending my choices. I'm defending my right to live free. It's like you're getting these guided messages from Spirit and you're trusting your intuition. Not everything is what it seems. And you know that. You know that. Not everything is what it seems. Just because the outer experience looks a certain way does not mean that it has to be a certain way. Doesn't mean that things aren't changing in the background in your favor. Spirit's letting you know to trust your intuition and trust your sensing. If you don't like working like that, why would you? Why would you not take steps to free up your time and your mental space and physical space and presence, like to do what you want to do and be where you want to be? And so people are like, yeah, but you're going to change all this or lose all this. And you're like, so what? You realize what I'm gaining? You realize what I'm gaining. By taking these steps now, I can free myself hugely later. And I won't be dealing with all the same stuff that all of you guys are dealing with. Yeah, you want out of the system. You don't want anybody to be your paycheck. You want to be your paycheck. You've got to take time to brainstorm. Bounce your ideas off of trusted people. If you're going or how you're going about it, like, don't even bother. Because they're only going to reaffirm for you that you shouldn't be doing whatever. And it's like, yeah, but you don't want to reaffirm that. You don't want to reaffirm that conversation. You're reaffirming success, right? You're reaffirming success. You're reaffirming this idea that you can receive yin. You can receive what you want. It doesn't take a lot of hard work. It doesn't take a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of heart, right? It takes a lot of heart. If you want to get out of the system and you want to do your own thing and be free, you can. You can. God knows I'm the perfect example. I live out of my van. I get up and go wherever the fuck I want, and I receive experience that I want to experience from the universe because I allow myself the ability to do that. I'm out of the program. So that's what you want. You gotta know and trust the universe will give you what you need. You got to be able to trust your intuition that says, this is it. I can receive what I need from the divine. I can sense it. I can feel it because I don't feel like I'm meant to be in this. I don't feel like I'm meant to be in this energy anymore or not much longer. And therefore, I'm going to start making steps or taking steps and deciding how it is I want to spend all of my energy and my time. Real note, right? All right, so Pelican Spirit's next. I hope that helps. We'll start at the 22-minute, 33-second mark. Secret code name Pelican Spirit. All right. So if that's you or you resonated to this code name, definitely look up Pelican as an animal totem, right? Animal medicine. Definitely give it a Google and let it resonate with you. Here we go. Pelican Spirit. Source, please identify the fear. The code name Pelican Spirit and those who would resonate to this message. What is the fear? Identify the fear. For Pelican Spirit. What is the fear? For code name Pelican Spirit. And those who would resonate to this message. In divine time, always. What is the fear? What is the fear they're facing? The rider. The rider. Afraid of success. Guys, is this going to be a theme tonight? The rider, afraid of wish fulfillment, afraid of the universe actually taking you where you want to go, not knowing how it's going to do it. Like, you might be expecting the universe to show up and take you from point A to point B in something very logical, like an automobile or a train or a plane, and the universe is sending you a magic carpet. It's sending you a flying horse, like Pegasus. You know what I mean? Like, Spirit said, do you believe in magic? You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid that Spirit's going to take you where you actually want to go if you just listen to yourself. Listen to your inner guidance. Like, Spirit will tell you, you have no reason to worry. Ever. You have no reason to worry. Think about that. If you're worrying, why? There is literally no need. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of success. You're not going to lose it. Like when you do the inner work and you actually feel like you have succeeded on a soul level, the life and experience you're creating for yourself in that moment can't be taken from you. You've reached a level of mastery. Success comes with a level of self-mastery. So don't be afraid to master yourself. Don't be afraid to master yourself. What additional messages with it, please, Spirit? What card above all other cards do we need to know about the loss? Or the fear, right? Facing the fear. So I guess loss, right? That was a weird slip of the tongue. What are you afraid of losing? Why are you worried? Why are you worried it won't be there, or it's going to be gone, or it won't come back? Why are you worried? Card number 1 and card number 1. Don't be afraid. 1 of yourself. 1 is definitely the number of self. Don't be afraid of taking actions. Don't be afraid of initiating things. Don't be afraid of your soul fire and what it wants to do and what it wants to experience on your own. Do whatever it is that you want to do. Create whatever it is you want to create. If you want to create a certain experience that's just amazing to you in your mind and you could do it right now or plan it right now because it's all you, then do that. If you have to plan on something you absolutely want with another, know that as you're doing things you want to do with yourself, eventually you will be able to do things with the other. You know what I mean? The universe would bring in a magic carpet kind of thing. So don't be afraid to completely start whatever path your soul is inspired to take. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. Resistance is futile. It's stupid. You can't. You can't. So universe is saying enjoy and create. So enjoy and create. What does this look like, Spirit? I'm holding this right. Okay. What does this look like? For secret codename Pelican Spirit. Give me some insight into the unfoldment of this success. I said it before, what you fear appears. So if you're fearing success and victory, it's kind of imminent. You're just stressing yourself out in the meantime, not knowing what to do. You just do. You do whatever the fuck you want. You know, respectfully, you do whatever the fuck you want. You just be. Be your beautiful soul self. Live in your spirit. Live in your joy. Live in your creation. Just exist and everything works. Everything works. What does this look like, Spirit? For secret codename Pelican Spirit. The Innocence of Swords and the 7 of Cups. Don't get caught up on what the 3D reality looks like, because you'll get really confused and be distracted off your path. If you're spying and keeping an eye and seeing things you don't want to see, or seeing things you don't understand that are triggering you emotionally, you have to ask yourself why you keep emotionally triggering yourself. By looking or doing whatever. Like, why are you afraid of success to the point that you would allow yourself to be so distracted that you wouldn't be able to take action in the right direction and just be? Especially social media, because the Innocence of Swords or the Page of Swords can be like social media, World Wide Web kind of energy. So be aware of how much time you're distracting yourself with things that are not adding to your path and they're keeping you from doing what you want to do. Give me more, Spirit. I know there's more. What else? The 3 of Swords. Putting yourself, I feel like you're putting yourself in heartbreak energy. In the mind. Just over, it's almost like over focus. It's over focus. Spending too much time with your head in the clouds. Spending too much time with your head in a fog. You know, it's spending too much time in the mental storm. And hurting yourself with it, right? Actually being to your detriment with it. So don't be afraid of losing anything. Like, Spirit is drumming it home. Like, don't worry. Your worry is what's killing you, right? It's the worry. Stop worrying. Like, be so strict with yourself. Like, you're not going to look or spy or whatever anymore. Like, you got to get real with yourself. Like, you can't. You got to go cold turkey. It's like, you just can't. You got to put your foot down, because you obviously have shit to do, like succeeding. You obviously have soul wishes you want fulfilled, things that you need to initiate. You got to face the fact that you're sabotaging yourself by keeping yourself in confused energies, being distracted. Spirit's trying to get you to a new start. 2-1, Spirit is trying to get you to a new start. Even with the Innocence, the 3 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups, like, it adds up to 10. It's still another 1. And we've got the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Like, it has twin flame energy all over it. You have magical shit to do. You have magical shit to do. And you know it. Spirit of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. Heal the ancestral karma. Live the life that was never lived. Live the experience that was never lived in your family line. Bring that experience of creation to the history of your ancestry, like where your great-grandkids will be looking back at the different family tree, and it's like, yeah, they were the one that broke the mold, and they were talking about you. Break the mold. You were obviously meant to. You were obviously meant to break the mold. All right. Getting into secret code name Rockabye. Secret code name Rockabye. We are going to start that at the 32-minute mark and 44 seconds. All right. Secret code name Rockabye. Forget the artist's name. Is it Sean Mullins? Is that the guy's name? Sean Mullins, Rockabye? That song. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye. Yeah. That song pinged the hell out of me. So, secret code name Rockabye, and those who would resonate to it. Here we go. Spirit, please. Let's identify the fear. What is the fear? What is the fear? For secret code name Rockabye and those who would be drawn to it. Secret code name Rockabye. What is the fear? What is the fear they're facing? For secret code name Rockabye. What is the fear? The garden. The garden. This is, as a fear, it's the 8 of Spades. I mean, it's already mental prison. A lot to do with friends and acquaintances, festivities, gatherings. And I'm hearing big crowds. I think. One, what I'm being drawn to with the image This person here in particular is sitting there by herself, kind of looking away and doing what they're doing, and everybody else is kind of playing and talking and socializing together, but there's this one over here, and she's just sitting there with a seedling in her hand. She's sitting there with a seedling in her hand. And I think you've committed to the truth, growing the truth within yourself. I think you might be afraid of how that could change friendship dynamics or social dynamics, even family dynamics, environments that you're familiar with, branching out, shifting. I think that you've been coming to the same meeting place in your heart for people, and I think your Spirit's kind of asking you, instead of being a part of the crowd now, I need you to start planting seeds amongst the crowd. It's like coming into your power as in hand. I think that there's definitely a fear surrounding friendship dynamics. Okay. Feeling like if you're not a part of all of the hustle, bustle, gossipy word, you know, what ends up, what this is up, you know, I think you're almost fearing if you're not a part of it that you'll lose your connection to it. But I feel it's almost like they're so distracted with each other that they're not actually taking notice to the creation energy that you're bringing. I think you're resurrecting a deeper part of yourself. And maybe certain aspects of your friendship circles aren't on your level. At least not right now. Right? At least not right now. You're planting seeds. I don't even know if you realize it. All right, Spirit. Tell us a little more about the fear. Tell us a little more about the fear. You just want to be at peace right now. Like, you might have friends, like I said, hustle, bustle, gossip, talk, do this, do that, meeting this, meeting that. And it's like you just want peace in the moment. That's what you're shooting for. That's what you're doing. That's your goal. It's even mirror numbers. We got 32 and 23. And I think you wanting peace in the now moment. Really, we got another 2 here. So synchronistic numbers. I think you're very much at balance within yourself. I think you're going through an ascension process that's creating a lot of shifts in the overall dynamic. Like, your choices of self are rippling to others in whatever way it needs to, because you're maintaining peace. It's driving others to find a place of peace. Anybody you're not connecting to is not, is obviously not in the most peaceful of states, or you'd be vibing in the same energy with them. If you're in a vibration of peace and their energy is erratic and unstable, you're not gonna be guided to be around that energy, because they're not in alignment. They're not bringing peace. They're bringing stuff that's energy that's erratic. You know what I mean? That's not what your soul's manifesting right now. All right. So, Spirit, please, what insight can you give us for codename Rockabye and those who would resonate to this codename? What does this healing look like? What does it look like? What does the fear look like? For secret codename Rockabye. resonate to it. All right. Got the Six of Pentacles face up. Piscean energy with this deck, the two fishes. Giving and receiving. We got 3 cards face down. The Nine of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. All right, listen. Piscean energy is indecisive when it's swimming in circles like this. It doesn't know which way to go. There's anxiety about a choice that you feel like you're anchored to. And the Seven of Pentacles, which means you're in a state of no results. Okay, you've put in a lot of energy, whether it's thought energy, emotional energy, spiritual energy, whatever it is, you've invested a lot of energy, it's showing no results. And you know that you're having anxiety about a choice. Something in the mind that needs to be, some fear that needs to be overridden, okay? Fear that needs to be overridden. You don't know what to do, and it creates anxiety when you feel like you have to make a choice because you're not getting the actual individual results that you want. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even, like, you have goals in your own life that you want to accomplish, and if you're lost in this energy of needing to maintain peace and dynamics instead of peace in yourself, like, you're gonna get your energy fouled up. Choose peace. Like, just choose peace for yourself and know that that's what you're sticking to, right? That's what you're sticking to. And don't let anybody take it from you. All right, don't let anybody take it from you. I hope that helps. About how much energy to invest in things when it comes to friendships or even social, like work dynamics. How much to invest and where to invest, because everything that you've invested in now, it hasn't shown the result that you want. Even if it's not a terrible result and you're happy with where you are, it hasn't actually reaped the dream that you want. And so Spirit is kind of asking you to make the choice, make the hard choice that you feel like you have to make it, like you're tied to it. You know at some point you will have to face that crossroad moment. Facing the fact that you can't be indecisive about it. Something's not rewarding, it's not resulting the way you want. And when you get in touch with that truth, then you could speak it. You could speak it. All right. Moving on, next secret code name, Red Robin. Red Robin. We're going to start that at the 43-minute mark. No, we just started at the 44-minute mark. That's easy enough. All right. Secret code name, Red Robin. Spirit. What name, Red Robin, and those who would be drawn to this code name. What is the fear? What is the fear? For secret code name, Red Robin. What is the fear? Listening to this code name. The gentleman with the big heart. This is like my water sign guy. You know what I mean? Okay? This is my water sign guy. You're afraid of a guy who has a huge heart for you, but not necessarily all the money. This is not the wealthy man. This is the gentleman, and He's very in touch with how you feel. He's very clear and empathic and considerate of you. Okay? And considerate of you. I think you're afraid of what it would be like to be with a guy that reads your energy and you don't have to explain yourself. Like, very understanding individual that you would want with a partner. You know, and that raises questions like, would that require you to step up? Would that require you to be a breadwinner? You know what I mean? Like, would you trade the riches a man can bring to the table or a relationship for emotional security, right? Instead of financial security, emotional security. Can you handle the financial aspects of things if you want emotional security and they don't necessarily bring all that to the table? TikTok is all about divine time. So this is an extension of the fear. You might be interested in someone who's not like this, but it's what you want. You want someone who's emotionally connected and in tune with you. And I think it is only a matter of divine time before the emotional security kind of person comes in for you. Whether it's a person who's new in your reality who's like that, or if it's someone who's been in your reality that becomes it. I think you have to allow the steps and the process to unfold however they're going to. I don't think you can control it or manipulate it in any which way, shape, or form if you tried. Well, if I do this or if I say that, like maybe this will happen or maybe that will happen or maybe they'll understand this way or say that or whatever. I think it's I think you're afraid of just letting the universe play it out for you with someone. Afraid it wouldn't show up or work. Yeah, this is the Sage, the Eight of Wands, and the King of Wands. So how does it look? It's your highest soul contract, and Spirit's coming in and letting you know it's just a matter of soul fire. It's a matter of mastering soul fire, mastering the subconscious and conscious mind and creating what you want to create, right? Co-trusting and co-creating with the universe. You end up with what you want when you master the self and your own individual path. When you get into that higher contract with yourself. I think you might be afraid that maybe this is all you bring to the table as a masculine energy, that you only bring emotional support and you might be driven to create more, right? You might be driven to create more. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I hope that helps, guys. I hope that helps. For codename Red Robin. Don't be afraid to manifest the best. With that said, I'm going to be back in just a bit. I'm going to make this part 1. And I'll be back shortly. All right, I will be back shortly. That was for codenames. This part 1 was for codenames Waterfall Rainbows, Wings of Light, Pelican Spirit, Rockabye, and Red Robin. All right, we'll do the remainder when I come back. I'll see you guys soon.